Okay, yeah, it's Snowy here again, common nickname. Anyway, we're going to run through the Dakotas and the benefits, what we can do here. So, program mode's quite handy to have when you don't have board operators. So, as we know, once you get into all this gear, the control side of things is a big thing. So we'll show, we'll go into program 1, which is CCT mode, colour temp mode. This burner 6 colour is, the colours are basically as you see here. You can run 3 bicolours if you like to do this, to get your colour temp. This is when this dial will come in to its own on this one. So what we do is, these are in this mode, these are on and off switches, or your dials. So we need to turn the tungsten on, and you see it comes on, and we'll turn the daylight on. So we'll wind this up. Your base rate, so basically it's on 27. Probably hard to see on the video, I'll have to change the camera around so you can see it, but yeah, so we just dial it around and it goes up to 6.5. Now this is a basic reading, obviously it depends on your LED that you're driving for your colour temp, but at least it gives you an idea what your settings are, and you can run like that once you're happy with the cameras and everything, your settings for your cameras. Yeah, so CC2 mode, which is the most common thing that we'll use on sets, but yeah. Anyway, we'll delve into the next thing. So next thing being program 2. So this is a fire effects. We've got a couple of fire effects in this. So obviously we want to take out the daylight chip, but I'll show you the amber because the amber is quite handy, obviously, in fire effect, to get your oranges, and then you can mix a little bit of reds, to it. You get tungsten, you get more amber. This is quite orange, obviously the camera's not showing. Oh, there you go, you probably see it now, it's adjusting to it. And then obviously you go your rate, so we can get it's a sort of a random sort of thing, as you can see. So obviously it's, it's like a wind affecting it, or it's more intense sort of a flame. And then you can wind it back, so it just sort of goes a bit slower. Yeah, so that has a minimum rate, goes to 40%, so it goes to quite dark, so it's more of an erratic flame, this setting. I've put another one in there, which has a higher, that's 70% base rate, as you can see, so you don't really have any dark sort of spots. With the first one, depends on what you want. You can obviously use a fill light that you can just put in there, that comes on, to fill the gap of the darkness, obviously, as you probably know, which I've done before, obviously, till I put this setting in there. Yeah, so anyway, that's that one. We'll go to the next one. Now this one is the lightning effect. So we'll go through this, we'll turn all those ones down, and I'll just use your daylight chip. Now the speed dial, that'll go into intervals between, so you can turn it up so it goes every second, so you can see the storm's pretty intense, and you can have a gap. So this is quite obviously very handy to, as lightning we use a lot. You can see that's yeah, obviously I won't go into it, but yeah, very handy little thing. The next thing is what I call, so you basically can use this as a siren, for instance, red lights. You could use this emergency sort of thing, you slow it down, use it as sirens or things like that. Quite handy every now and again, as we know, working on sets. And then 6, what 6 is a fade in, fade out. So what I've done it's like a lighthouse sort of effect, or a siren coming through the set. So so I'll just use the red. Sometimes we just need to adjust these because the memory updates every 2 seconds. So depending on last time I was in program 6, that's what comes up. Hence you just quickly give these a dial, and away you go from there. So as you can see, it fades in and fades out. You could even do, for instance, headlights coming through a window. Let's turn this down a bit. As it comes through, like car headlights turning through the car, into the drive, stuff like that. Yeah, obviously these options are in there just to help out. Obviously being on set and you don't have a board op. But yeah, anyway, and then the next ones I've got in there just colour scrolls. So they'll just go through, so for events or in gardens or rock and roll nightclubs or anything like that, they can come in handy. And there's a bunch of them in there, all different colours, and yeah. So that's that, basically, the program. So yeah, it's just handy if you don't have a board op, hence why I put them in there. So bitrate, obviously you'll only change that when you go to a desk, or and then obviously use 16-bit if you like. You don't have to, depending on what desk. But this day and age, obviously we're going more and more channels. It seems to be going towards the more rock and roll moving lights, which I started in 25 years ago. Hence my little leg up on all this data and driven things, and to where it's helped me out with the knowledge of this. Anyway, that's that, the bitrate, and I'll go through this wireless. So what we've got to do with the wireless, we can run through another controller, or obviously you can run through the desk. As soon as you plug this into your console, it'll pick it up, and that light will flash once it's got data. So red being the transmitter, and the green light will come up, it will go to green, flashing. They have to be flashing. Flashing means that it's got data. But obviously this one's just driving one, so it's flashing. But I'll show you what I mean by that with the data side of things. So they've got different colours, blues, purples, greens. So each one represents a frequency, in case you have frequency issues. Okay, so we leave it in 8-bit, obviously, because we're going to run off the other controller, and obviously 6 channels. If we go 16, it's 2 channels, obviously, per channel. So we address these. This one that I'm going to make as the receiver. To do this, this is the only time that you have to worry about this, is addressing this one at number 7. You don't have to worry about addressing if you plug into a console. You'll see what I mean once I do this, but I don't have a fancy console, so I'll turn this one on. So, as you can see, we'll get him to green. Now see, it's picked it up, it knows that it's transmitting this one, so it's red, and then the receiver one. So each lamp, obviously, as you address them, each receiver will come up green. So you see how that was. If I go to address mode in this one, it'll tell you what colour, I won't do anything. But as soon as I go into dimmer mode or program mode, these will switch and then start going. Obviously the light, that's program 3, and it's going into fire effect. So I'll just go dimmer mode so I'll explain this a bit better. So obviously you can walk around or give this to the DOP, and he can control his light. With this, I've just got a 12 volt little cheap with AA batteries in it. That I can switch on and off, just sit in the bottom and just walk around with it. So you can walk around, do your dimming. side of things. So let's just bring this up so we can see. And then obviously, like I was saying, last time I used the controller, hence why the lights come up. So we just give all these a little reset in this mode. Now we've got it, so that's your master, your grandmaster, like your event, you've got to have your grandmaster up. So then you go red, green, blue, orange. So that's pretty much how the wireless works. So as long as these start out at the same colours, so we're in green, so I'll just show you. So let's go to the purple one. So obviously it's not transmitting, this one's not picking it up. As you can see, this one's transmitting, trying, but this one's not picking it up. So we just make this light purple there, and then that should change to green. So away we go, and we're on. This helps out if you've got a few of these controllers and you stick them in another room. You can stick them somewhere else, and then you can control it off the one, and you can go, okay, I only want that room to come up, I don't want that one to come up yet. So you can just change your frequency. So you can just bring up this room and then change this one to where you can bring up the other one. Yeah, many options in there, but I'll probably try to simplify them. Yeah, as you can see. So but there you go. So they're set at 30,000 hertz, which is obviously, I know you can get this. There's no scan rate in 240 frames per second. They're at 1224 volt, 8 amps per channel, which obviously you work it out once you, whatever your voltage is, times your amps. You can work out your watts, what it can drive. Yeah, so 8-bit, 16-bit, pretty simple, but very handy device to have on set. So I'll just give you a quick sample of this chorizo that we have. So you can see that it works with these. Excuse me for a sec, you lost the video. So same thing. So we can bring, make sure we can point it down. So yeah, so these are a light that basically we've used before, and you can swap out your Kino lights. You can stick them in your Kino housings, and away you go. Hence the Kino plate, which I love. These are spinning. This is made by Kupo. I just find it's more solid with the metal, doesn't chunk out. And obviously locks off better. I mean, people in haste, they don't undo the lock off on it, and then obviously choose the ball out. So a lot more solid, a little bit heavier, obviously because it's not plastic there, metal. And then all my panels that I make just have the plate on. It's a little expensive way to go, but when you're on set, time is money, as we all know. Very handy to have. Anyway, hope this proves what my little thing's about, and can help you out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, bye now. Yeah, by the way, Proficient Light is my company's name, as you can see there. Anyway, talk soon. Alright, see ya, bye.